Hey there, Mike at Wilton Auto and Tire Center. Today we're going to talk a little bit about brake noise, brake squeak in particular, because that's probably the biggest complaint out there. Sometimes it happens with brand new brakes, and a lot of times it happens with older brakes, right? So some people might hear the term, there's a glaze on my brake pads or my rotors. Here's a brake pad that we changed recently. I'm going to kind of turn it. I'm hoping maybe Tiffany can take a picture of it to put into this video. But you can kind of see it's shiny, right? When it's brand new, it's kind of like a piece of material. And what happens is a couple things happen. So as it's rubbing up against the rotor here, it's constantly wearing material off. The material actually gets embedded into the rotor, right? So that's one reason that when we do a brake job, we want to use new pads and new rotors, because the best part of the job is getting the new pad material embedded onto that brake rotor, okay? Where does squeak come from? You can see there's a little bit of a anti-rattle clip on here on both sides, and there's more on the caliper side that we're not showing right here. This is very dry, right, in the back of the pad. So what happens is, irregardless of how new or old your brakes are, when you step on the brake and this squeezes, this pad is, I'm exaggerating here, but the pad is moving a little bit all the time. And when it does that, it resonates a frequency, and that's where you get the squeak from. If there's any part of these brake pads that are metal to metal, right, and with the anti-rattle clips, we have what we call brake caliper grease that goes in there. It not only keeps it from rusting and keeps it free so that the brake pad slides well, but it's also a little bit of an insulator, and it'll help to reduce noise. Sometimes brakes will squeak because they're not broken in properly on the installation, because you got to get them good and hot, because you got to get that material. There's like chemicals in there, and when you heat them up, they come alive and they want to stick to the brake rotor. If this gets too hard and shiny, if the brake rotor gets too hard and shiny, it's going to be more like metal to metal, and that's where a lot of the brake noise comes from. And as always, if you have a comment or a question, please leave it below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.